Come on. Page 39. Does everybody have this book pretty much? Yeah. Okay, page 39.
Radhashtami
page 86. Shri So that was the brave mood I was speaking about before. So wonderful.
The bhajan we just sang, Gauranga Balite Have Pulaka Sharir, is imperative for us, especially on days like today, Sri Radhashtami. Because without the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one can never enter into the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Sri Narottam Das Thakur, who composed this bhajan we just sang, he also said that in the bhajan Gauranga Dushpada Jara Dhana Sampara, that diving deep into the ocean of Gaura Prema Rasarnave, Se Tarange Jivarube, Se Radha Madhava Antaranga. By taking shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then one will come up in the Yamuna, in the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. But we cannot approach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu directly. So Narottam Das Thakur, he prays, when will that day come when Sri Nityananda Prabhu will give me his mercy? Then I will attain the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in the bhajans glorifying Nityananda Prabhu, it is said that by his mercy, one can attain the shelter of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. But it doesn't stop there. At the end of this bhajan, Narottam Das Thakur is saying, Rupa Raghunatha Pade, who established within this world the inner heart's desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is Srila Rupa Goswami. Without his mercy, Yang Kalirupa Shariran Nadharata Tan Braja Prema Mahanidhi Kutarika Kaunaka Pata Udharata. Who would have understood the pastimes of Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan without Rupa Goswami, who was the recipient of not only the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but of all of the devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was given special blessings by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So by his mercy, we might be able to have some conception and understanding of the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. But Srila Gurudev said this is not enough. How can we obtain the mercy of Srila Rupa Goswami? So we chanted the bhajan Ohe Vaishnava Thakur, praying to the mercy of the Vaishnavas. And before that, Gurudev Kripa Bindu. Without the mercy of Sri Guru and the Vaishnavas, one cannot attain the shelter of Nityananda Prabhu. Without his mercy, one cannot attain the shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And without his mercy, one cannot attain the shelter of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. So it is very serious progression. We're calling out to these divine personalities for their mercy, so that even one drop of their moods, one particle of intelligence or something can manifest in our heart. Not just the pastimes or the tattva, but a real mood of dedication. That a mood will manifest in our heart by their mercy. That some surrender mood and a desire to serve Sri Sri Radha and Krishna will manifest in our heart. That is the mercy of Sri Gurudev and the Vaishnavas. Krishna Seva Vasana, the tendency or the desire, the need to serve Radha and Krishna will awaken in our hearts. So first we pray to these divine personalities, begging for their mercy, with the hope that we might be able to enter into some of the pastimes, the lila and the tattva of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. When speaking about the subjects of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna, it is actually quite a grave subject matter. Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, before he would speak about any great personality, first he would condemn himself. What kind of foolish person am I? Just like an insignificant worm, but I have the audacity to dare to try to glorify somebody whose glories are unlimited. I cannot even begin to scratch the surface. It is such an audacious thing for me to even endeavor to do so. But yet, for my own benefit, and for the benefit of others, by the instruction of my superiors, I am daring to enter into this. So also, we have no qualification. Like Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, he is an eternal servant of Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan. And yet our Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, has requested us that even when I am no longer on this sphere, he said, even when I am no longer on this sphere, I want that you continue traveling and preaching my mission everywhere, to inspire my children on my behalf. And so with that order of Srila Gurudev, praying to him for his mercy, and remembering his teachings, his instructions, and his katha on these days, we are praying that he might be able to utilize us as his instruments, that we may be able to help you remember, and ourselves also to remember the katha of Srila Gurudev and the Vaishnavas. So before we begin speaking, I would like that we can sing one bhajan, Shri Radha Nishta, Radha Bhajane Jadi Mati Nahi Bhela. As Sudevi began, she was saying this is a very grave day for those who are Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada said, the devotees of Vishnu are called Vaishnavas. The devotees of Krishna are called Karshnas. And the devotees of Srimati Radhika are known as Gaudiyas. So this is a very special thing. Why are our Gaudiya Guru Varga so grave on this day? Because Srimati Radhika is their Swamini. Swamini means master. And toward one's master, there's always a mood of awe and reverence. It's not a playful thing or a jokey thing. They don't bump up to Srimati Radhika like, hey, what's up? The gopis might do that, but the maidservants of Srimati Radhika will never do such a thing. They always wait for her order, and their mood, every part of their being is how to serve her and how to assist her in serving Krishna. So toward Krishna, they might represent the mood that she exhibits, or other gopis might exhibit toward Krishna. But toward Srimati Radhika, she is always their Swamini. So on this day, for them, it is very grave. Whenever they speak of Srimati Radhika, whenever they think of her, their mood is always in a mood of awe and reverence and servitude. The mood of loving service to Sri Sri, Radha and Krishna, as our Gurudev would say, leaning toward Srimati Radhika.
Actually, Srila Bhakti Raksha Sridhar Maharaj said to even speak her name. He said, we don't even want to speak this out loud because it is so deep, it is so dear to us. We don't even want to utter it so haphazardly. He said, so we trembled and we go with great gravity to approach her name, but to speak of her leelas.
Page 110.
Sorry, first line?
Radha bhajane jadi mati nahi thela. Is that Shyam? Hare Krishna.
Just a couple of weeks ago, something very astonishing took place. After so long, Nanda and Yashoda finally had a baby. They had waited so long. Srila Gurudev said they were in their 50s when Krishna was finally born to them. So when he was born, all of Braja, especially all of Gokul, was completely celebrating. The birth of Krishna in Vrindavan stimulated a very particular kind of prem in the hearts of all the Brajabasis. Vatsalya prem. It means everyone was thinking, my own child has been born today. And everyone in all of Braj was bringing their most beautiful and sacred treasures to offer in happiness to that baby boy. It's explained that even the trees would start to bloom. The bees were running there. Every insect, every animal, every bird, everyone was running there. What can we offer this beautiful baby boy? It is said that when Krishna appeared, when he was born, it seemed as if a very excellent sapphire had been uncovered, or as if a very dark rain cloud had come to earth. When Nanda Baba and Yashoda Maya's very dear friends, Kirtida and Rishabhanu Maharaj, heard that they had one beautiful baby boy, immediately they ran there. When Rishabhanu Maharaj picked up that baby boy of Yashoda, he felt as if his own son was born. Looking at Krishna, his heart was melting. But then some fear entered his heart. He thought, this baby, this child, is so uncommonly beautiful. He has no match in the entire creation. A baby this beautiful would be very lonely in this world without its equal. He thought, a very beautiful sapphire is only truly beautiful when it is in a golden setting. And a very beautiful, darkish, black rain cloud is only truly beautiful when lightning strikes it. He left Nanda Maharaj's house thinking, there is nothing adequate that I have brought that I can offer my own boy here. What can I do? His heart was like an ocean of milk and honey, so vast and deep and so sweet. His heart began to churn with this desire. I will offer that boy something equal to him. Every day, Vrishabhanu Maharaj would go to one kund near Jamuna by his home, Vrishabhanu Kund. Our Gurudev used to take us there, and we still go there and hear these beautiful leelas. So Vrishabhanu Maharaj went there to take his bath. And as he entered into that kund, he looked and he saw something astonishing. He saw 1,000-petaled lotus, and it was golden and shining brighter than the sun. Moving toward it, he saw that it began to open up. Coming toward that lotus, he thought, I should pick it and take it for my worship. But when he went to pick it up, he saw the most extraordinary golden baby little girl. He picked her up and he began to cry. He thought, it is as if my own heart has now taken birth. This beautiful baby girl, she is like that fine golden setting for the son of Nanda and Yashoda. She is his match in every way. He went home and brought her to Kirtida Devi, and they began to celebrate. Finally, we have a baby girl. At that time, Nard Muni, he heard about the birth of Krishna, and he went to Gokul. And seeing Krishna, he became so happy. But Nard Muni is quite tricky and also very smart. He thought, if Krishna has appeared, he is never without his Shakti. his own near and dear one must have also taken birth, and he began to search in all of the houses. Finally, he came to Vrishabhanu Maharaj's house. He said, "Oh, Vrishabhanu Maharaj, do you have any children?" He said, "Oh, yes, I have one son." And he said, "Oh, anyone else?" He said, "Yes, just a couple of days ago, we have one darling baby little girl." Immediately, Narad Muni said, "Please bring her. I would like to bless her." So they brought little Radhika in front of Narad Muni and put her on his lap. The moment he touched this beautiful baby girl, he began to tremble and his hairs were standing on end. He began to cry and he closed his eyes, and for a split second, he had the darshan of Kishori ji. He opened his eyes and saw this baby girl, and he told Vrishabhanu Maharaj, "Please, quickly bring paraphernalia for her worship, for her benefit." And then he worshipped her. But this mood was in his heart. I want to see that form. I want to serve that form of Sri Radhika. So he went to Nardi Kund, and he began to pray there, Gurudev said, for thousands of years, until finally she blessed him to become Nardi Gopi. After seeing for just 1 second this Kishori form. So you can talk a little about Tattva?
In order to speak something about...
One more thing, this is important. So when all of the Brajvasis heard that Vrishabhanu Maharaj had a baby girl, everybody was coming there to see her, to bless her, and to bring all kinds of beautiful things for her. But there was something. It turned out that this baby girl, she seemed like she was blind. She never opened her eyes and she never made any sound. Although she was, they thought, maybe blind and dumb, she couldn't speak, still they were overjoyed. When Nanda Baba and Yashoda Maya went there, Krishna crawled off the lap of Yashoda Maya and he crawled over to the cot where Srimati Radhika was lying. And he peered in to look at her, smelling the scent of her beloved Krishna. At that moment, for the first time, she opened her eyes. Srila Bhaktivinoda Bharati Maharaj said, for us, this is a lesson. For us, we should only speak those things that are related to Krishna. And we should only see things that are related to Krishna. Those are the only things that we should take into our hearts. He said so many lessons here. But they celebrate sometimes Srimati Radhika's birth in the morning when Vrishabhanu Maharaj found her. And sometimes in the afternoon when she opened her eyes. So our Gurudev said we celebrate her birth at noontime. At that time when she opened her eyes for the first time and looked at her beloved. He said for us, this is when we celebrate her birth appearance.
It is actually impossible to speak about Radha Tattva, or the essence, or the truth of who Srimati Radhika is, without first mentioning Krishna Tattva. Because everything needs to be told in context. When we hear about Krishna, Srila Prabhupada writes in his books, Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. That means of all transcendental and divine personalities within the realm of God, which is everything, the supreme or topmost personality is Krishna. And this is verified by all scriptures. Sri Brahma Samhita says, Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anagir Agir Govinda Sarvakarana Karana. The supreme controller, who is the cause of all causes, who has no beginning and who is the source of everything. That is Krishna or Govinda. From him everything else manifests. And Bhagavad Gita says the same thing. Actually Krishna says, Aham Sarvasya Prabhava. I am the source of everything. And anything you can imagine, it is from me and it is for me. He said everything rests upon me like pearls are strung on a thread. Krishna is or the Supreme Lord is known as Atmaram, means he is completely self-satisfied. And Aptakam, he has no desire outside of himself. And yet, this Supreme Personality, who is so attractive, so beautiful, so amazing and so wonderful, who is the repository of all Ananda, Akila Rasananda Murti, means he is the repository of all bliss, all happiness, all love, all affection, all beauty and everything. Still, even though there's nothing outside of himself that he needs, still, when he desires, which he does, that desire must manifest. It must have an effect. So his desire is immediately manifested by his Icha Shakti, or his desire potency. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikritir Hladini Shaktir Asmad. It is said that Krishna was in Vangshivat alone. This is one explanation given by Shastra, that he was in Vangshivat alone. And he desired to taste rasa. And so from his own form, ras means love, affection, flavor, taste, experience. Our Gurudev explained, and our Acharyas explained, that if your tongue was made of sugar and I gave you sugar to eat, what would you taste? Nothing. So Krishna also knows this. So from his own form, from himself, he is Sarva Shaktiman, the source of all energy, the source of all potency. From his own self manifested a most beautiful, a most qualified, and a most expert personality. The reflection of his own heart. Radha. Ra means who is full of love and affection, and Dha means Bhavati, who immediately ran toward him with love and affection to serve him. This is his own potency, Purna Shakti, the complete manifestation of the energy of Krishna taking form. So Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikriti Hladini Shakti Asmad Ekatma. Shastra says that they are one soul, who have manifested in two forms. And Srimati Radhika herself explains this in Prem Samput, that we are one soul manifesting in two forms. So Krishna himself, from his own form and out of his own desire, manifested his own heart outside of himself. It says, Pranaya Vikriti Hladini Shakti, means his own potency to love and experience love took a form outside of himself. For what purpose? Her only existence is for him. Because God, by definition, as Srila Bhakti Maharaj would say, he was quoting Hegel, one German philosopher, by definition, God is of himself and for himself. This is the nature of Krishna or Bhagavan. He is Vishai, the supreme enjoyer. He is tasting and enjoying everything. Everything has manifested from him, and everything is exclusively for his purpose. So all of his associates, his dham, his paraphernalia, all the material worlds and the spiritual world, all jivas, everything is exclusively for his purpose. And the supreme manifestation of the origin of all of these other things, the first manifestation, or the primary Shakti, the primary potency, is Hladini Shakti, his pleasure potency, by which he experiences happiness, by which he experiences ananda, bliss, by which he experiences pleasure and love. And this Hladini Shakti has a form. The essence of divine, transcendental, completely pure and transparent love for Krishna. That is Mahabha Surupini Shri Radha Thakurani. Vrishabhamanandini Shrimati Radha Rani Ki Jai. Because we're going to tell some leelas It is imperative, because even for devotees it's easy to forget. We can say, yes, I know Krishna. He's that blue boy who runs around in Vrindavan and plays with his friends and the cows. Oh yes, and Radharani and the gopis. Yes, they're the girls. They're the girls who run away from everything in the middle of the night to please Krishna, breaking all kinds of rules of society, regulations of society, and risking everything. And it's easy to misconstrue what they're doing as something mundane. And people will criticize Radha, they will criticize the gopis, they will criticize Krishna, they will criticize the leelas, the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Because there's not a sufficient understanding of the tattva, the essence of who they are. Sri Brahma Samhita says, Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavitabhis Tabhirya Eva Nijarupataya Kalabhi Goloka Eva Nivasatya Kilatma Bhuto Govindam Adi Purusham Ramaham Bhajami. That Srimati Radhika is the manifestation of Krishna himself for the purpose of Krishna tasting or experiencing love and affection. But Srimati Radhika's every particle of her being is only exclusively for pleasing and satisfying Krishna. Today I was reading from Srila Gaura Govinda Goswami Maharaj, and he said, because every particle of her being is made of loving service to Krishna, immediately from her own form, unlimited forms manifested. Every mood of her love and service for Krishna. Since she is unlimited, her moods of love and service for Krishna are also unlimited. Every bhav, every mood that was in her heart manifested as a particular form. And each one of those forms is known as a gopi. Gopi. And their function is also just like hers, resembling her form, but with a particular flavor of love for Krishna. All of the gopis are manifestations of Srimati Radhika's love and affection for Krishna. Not only the gopis. I heard Gurudev say directly, and I read it in Srila Prabhupada's books from Prabhupada directly. Even Mother Yashoda, Krishna's mother, is the embodiment of Srimati Radhika's Vatsalya praying for Krishna. Think about that. So Radha is the Purna Shakti, the original supreme potency, and from her all other potencies, all other Shaktis manifest. And one cannot know Shaktiman without Shakti. If I were to explain the sun, how can I explain the sun without saying, it's a white ball in the sky, it casts a lot of heat and light, it gives life. I've just explained it by its qualities. Qualities are potencies, they are Shakti. So one cannot know Krishna, one cannot understand Krishna without approaching Shakti, without first approaching the potency. Therefore, no one just approaches Krishna directly. They say Radha Krishna. They don't approach Narayan directly. They say Lakshmi Narayan, Sita Ram. First you name the Shakti, and then you name the Shaktiman. Only by the mercy or the potency can one understand the potent. And there is no meaning to the potent without potency. Because if you say something is potent, then what does it have? It must have potency. And there's no meaning to potency without the potent. So Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita states, Radha Purna Shakti, Krishna Purna Shaktiman. That Radha is the complete Shakti, and Krishna is the complete possessor of all Shaktis. But, Duivastu Bhedanani. Between these two, there is no difference. And this is according to all of the revealed scriptures, Shastra Paraman. All of the evidence is in the scriptures. Just like musk. If I say musk, immediately, there must be the substance producing that. So there's the flavor musk and musk itself. They're inseparable. Just like musk and the scent of musk, or fire and heat cannot be separated. So Radha and Krishna are one Atma, one eternal transcendental Tattva, who are eternally separated for the purpose of tasting ras, divine love and affection. And she recognizes that Krishna has an unlimited capacity to taste rasa, to taste nectar in all varieties and forms. Imagine if you were God and you only had 31 flavors for all time. No. Unlimited flavors. Constant and ever fresh and ever new flavors must be manifested for his pleasure. So Srimati Radhika understands. Bahukanta bina nahe raser ulas. Without so many different manifestations or moods, so many different gopis, Ras, or Krishna's experience of happiness, of this love and affection, cannot attain to its highest exalted position. So Srimati Radhika manifests unlimited gopis, all exclusively from herself for Krishna's pleasure. This is the tattva behind it. And so if we look at Radha and Krishna, when we see their lila or their pastimes, there is nothing mundane about it. Atendriya prativancha tare bale kam. The desire to taste or enjoy through the medium of our senses for our own pleasure, this is known as kam or lust. Krishnendriya prati icha dhare prema nam. But the desire to serve Krishna, to fulfill Krishna's desires, doing anything for his pleasure, this has a different name. This is known as praying. So when anyone in this world tells you, meet my soulmate, we have praying for each other, no. It's temporary, it has a beginning, it has a middle, it has an end. So in this material world...
it's not ever fresh.
Love in this material world, between one jiva and another, when Krishna is not the goal or the center, is not considered real love, it is considered lust, because it is actually only for the fulfillment of our senses. But the love and affection that the gopis, the cowherd boys, Krishna's family, his parents, all of the elders of Vrindavan, the cows, the trees, the flowers, everything in Vrindavan, the love and affection they have for him is completely transcendental, pure, and one-pointed. Therefore, it is known as prem. So, when we hear about Radha and Krishna and the gopis and all of the pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan, we should understand that there is no inebriety, there is no negative thing, there is no selfish or self-centeredness. It is all founded on the basic principle of divine, pure, unadulterated, transcendental love and affection for Krishna. And so even on the outside, it might appear to be like lust. Actually, it is completely pure. And in this material world, on the outside, it might appear to be like prayer. It has a very thin covering, a thin veil that looks like praying, but actually it is lust. So before we speak on the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, especially on this day, I just wanted to clarify this. It is important to understand that she is transcendental. She is non-different from Krishna. Her function of fulfilling Krishna's desire is an eternal function, and it is transcendental love. And how the Leelas go on, this is all exclusively for Krishna's happiness and Krishna's pleasure. So there is no fault in it. There is nothing wrong with it. It is completely pure, transcendental, beautiful, and amazing. Vishwanandani Srimati Radharani ki jai.
Srila Gurudev said that Krishna is known as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but Srimati Radhika is known as the Superior Personality of Godhead. So now we will sing Soy Keva Sunale Shamanam.
Page 183. Oh, in this book. This bhajan is by Sri Chandidas. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very fond of the bhajans of Chandidas and Vidyapati. He liked to hear them, and it has very, very sweet and deep moods that all Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas and those who follow in their footsteps appreciate. So Devashunayano Shyamana Devashunayano
Nagani Kateka So before we sing Radhashtami Sukhakarya, very important, this bhajan that we just sang, Keva Sunailu Shamanam, reminded me of one really beautiful lila our Gurudev and our Guruvar would tell at Chitra Sakhi's place. It tells about the power of the holy name of Krishna, that he is not different from his name, from his form, from his qualities, and his pastimes. Once, when Srimati Radhika was in the house of her mother and father, as she was growing into her Kishori age, she was feeling a little bit despondent. And Lalita Sakhi came there and began to speak to her about all of the reasons why she is changing. Her body is changing, her heart is changing, her mind is becoming restless. And she said, "Oh Sakhi, oh Radhe, don't you know that there is one very aggressive king, And he goes and he plunders other kingdoms. He said, you have your kingdom here, and I want you to know that there is a king out there, and he is just waiting to plunder your kingdom. Srimati Radhika said, what? I don't understand. I will never let anyone plunder my kingdom. But anyway, what is the name of this king? He said, oh, his name is Krishna, Sham Sundar. And he is a very, very wicked king. Even if you try, you can't stop him. One day, he will ravish your kingdom. And she thought, oh, this name, Krishna, Sham Sundar, it is so extraordinary and so beautiful. The moment she heard Lalita Sakhi tell this name, in Purva Rag, meaning she is feeling like she has never seen Krishna before. All of a sudden she thinks, I've heard this name for the first time. And her heart becomes completely captivated. She gives herself totally and wholly to that beautiful name, Krishna. Thinking about that name and that king, she became a little bit more depressed. What will happen? I've given myself already to this king that I don't know. Now what? Her mother, seeing her distressed situation, she told her, oh, I've packed some beautiful things for your friend Chitra Sakhi's mother. You should go to her home and bring it to her mother and spend some time there. For a moment, Chitra Sakhi opened the door just a little bit and saw it was Srimati Radhika. Immediately she pulled her in and she looked both ways and shut the door and locked it. Srimati Radhika said, hey Sakhi, what are you doing? Why is the door locked and why are you so secretive? Chitra Devi said, sit down, I want to show you something. And under her bed, she pulled out a beautiful picture of Krishna that she had painted. She was meditating on this picture and she showed Srimati Radhika. Seeing this beautiful form, how he was black like a monsoon rain cloud, how his black curly hair was coming around like bumblebees kissing his cheeks. His lips were red like a bimba fruit, and his eyes were smeared with kajal. Looking at that picture, with him standing in his threefold bending form of Shama Sundar, immediately Srimati Radhika offered herself wholly and completely to that picture. Inside, she became so upset. What kind of woman am I? Surely I'm going to go to hell. The moment I heard about this king, Krishna, immediately I gave myself to the possessor of that name. But now, when I see this gorgeous picture of this beautiful boy, I have also given myself to him. Now I've given myself to two people. Surely I will have to go to some kind of hell for this thing. Leaving Chitra Sakhi's place and only thinking of that beautiful boy in that picture, meditating on his beautiful form, but still chanting the name of her other beloved, Krishna. She went back to her home. Didi Devi saw, oh, what has happened to my daughter? She's so unhappy. I've never seen her like this. So her grandmother and mother said, hey Radhe, we're going to Jamuna to collect. What can I do? So he took his venu and he began to play his heart song to her. Hey Radhe, Radhe. He was calling her very name with his flute song. Everything that he wanted to tell her, everything he wanted to give her, everything he wanted to say, he began to play on that flute song. When she heard that flute song, she got chills on her body. Her hair stood on end, and she got tears in her eyes. Looking that way where the flute was coming from, she felt as if that song had embraced her body. That blue cloth fell off those two golden pots, and quickly she got very frightened, and she ran behind her mother and grandmother. She went home, and now she was more depressed than anything. She thought, what kind of a person am I? Lalita Sakhi came to see her. And she said, hey Lalita, surely and surely there has never been a woman that is as wicked as me. Lalita said, what are you saying? There can't be such a thing. You have no wickedness in you. She said, don't you know? The other day when you said the name Krishna, my heart was totally sold out to that person, and I gave myself to him. But then I went to Chitra Sakhi's house, and there she showed me this beautiful picture she painted of a beautiful boy, dark like a monsoon rain cloud. Oh, Sakhi, I gave myself completely and wholly to him. But then I went to Jamuna to collect water, and I heard somebody playing the flute. When I heard that flute song, I wanted to run into it and be there forever. I offered myself to that person who was playing it. Oh, Sakhi, I am like the lowest of the low. I've given myself to 3 different men. Lalita began to laugh and laugh. She said, oh, don't you know? Those 3 persons are the same person. That black person in that picture is also Krishna. And that person playing the flute is also your beloved, Radhe. You were with him just yesterday. And they began to laugh and laugh. Our acharyas, they tell this Leela. Our Gurudev also used to tell this Leela when we would go to Chitra Sakhi's village, telling us that we should have full faith in the holy name of Krishna. When we sing these bhajans like Soy Keva Sunaile Shamanam, our prayer should be, when will that day come when I will be so attracted to the name of Krishna? How is it possible that he is non-different from his own holy name, but I have no attraction to it? What can I do? How can I have attraction for the holy name of Krishna? If he is non-different from his form, why don't I have attraction to the beautiful murti, the pictures of Krishna? I look at them and think they're for my pleasure. So our acharyas are telling us by this Leela, we should pray to these places, to these Leelas. Hey Radhe, please give me some mercy that I will understand that Krishna is non-different from his name. That you are both combined in the Mahamantra, and my Gurudev has put you in my heart. I was sitting there, I watched that Mahamantra go in through his own song. That flute song of Krishna came down in the form of Gayatri mantras. I was given them. They're in my own heart, but I can't find them. Please give me your mercy. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So now we should sing Raja Janamana Sukakari, and then tell some more beautiful leelas. What is the time and how long do we have, by the way?
10 to 9.
We have to be out by 10.
No.
Wow, this is going to be difficult. I have too many leaders, too many to tell.
Tomorrow.
Page 366 in this book.
I've got comics.
366.
What do you want?
The first time I sang this bhajan for Srila Gurudev, I started Shri Radhe Rajajanamani, and he said, oh. And then we did the high part, Shama, Shama, Shama Radhe. And he said, yeah. And then when it came to the Narayana Balihari, he he folded his hands like this and put his head down. Because it was actually our Param Gurudev who wrote that. Gurudev wrote this kirtan for Param Gurudev. He saw that all over Braj Mandal, Param Gurudev, although he was Bengali speaking, he knew all of the Braj kirtans. So then he wanted to offer something, so he wrote this bhajan and he offered it to Param Gurudev. And at that time, Param Gurudev asked him, "Do you have a pen?" And so Gurudev gave him one, and he wrote that line, Narayan Boli Hari. So when he would hear that, he folded his hands and Shri Radhe Radhashtami Mana Sukakari Radhe Shri Radhe Radhashtami Mana Sukakari Radhe Shama Shama One day, in Bandirban, Krishna was laying in a very big tamal tree. He was lying back with one hand behind his head. One of his legs was hanging down from the tree. He was twirling his flute, and he was chewing betel nut. All of his sakhas were surrounding him, and Krishna was boasting. He was in a very prideful mood. He was saying, "You know, I am the strongest person in all of Braj. I have beat everyone in wrestling." All the suckers were laughing. "Oh yeah, Krishna, you beat everyone." He said, "Actually, even Dauji, he is known for being so strong, Balaram. But I can take him and flip him in the dust. No problem." And everyone was laughing. "Oh yeah, really, you can beat him, your older brother. Very good, Krishna." And they were all laughing. Krishna's twirling his flute, and then he said, "Even the gopis." He said, "What to speak of having to wrestle them? If they just look at my strong arms, they tremble in fear. And they're defeated, no problem." Everyone was laughing. "Oh yeah, Krishna, we know how you defeat the gopis." But at that time, one very young maidservant of Srimati Radhika was coming by that place, and she heard Krishna boasting like that. Immediately she ran to the kunja where Srimati Radhika was sitting and ran to Lalita Sakhi. "Oh Lalita, oh Vishakhi, do you know what just happened? What I just heard Krishna saying?" Immediately Lalita became angry and they went to Radhika. "Do you know how he's spreading our fame? Saying that just by looking at his arms we are conquered? How dare he say such a thing?" Srimati Radhika said, "Then what should we do? How do we combat this? What should we do?" Lalita Sakhi said, "We should challenge him to a wrestling match." The Gopi said, "Okay, very good, but who will wrestle him?" Lalita Devi said, "Never mind, I've got that one under control. Just go and challenge him." So that Manjari went back to where Krishna was boasting in his prideful mood. She said, "Oh Krishna, my Swamini Srimati Radhika, she has invited you to a wrestling match. Will you accept the challenge?" Krishna became so happy. He jumped down from the tree. He said, "Of course I accept. Yes, tell your Swamini, tell your Radhe, we will be there very soon." At that time, Krishna took his cloth and started to tuck it here and there like a wrestler. And he began to walk toward where Srimati Radhika was. At that time, all of the Manjaris, they were making a wrestling arena. It is said like they were making it like a replica of Kamsa's in Mathura. When Krishna arrived there, he started to laugh. He said, "Oh, these foolish, foolish girls, they don't know anything. I can easily beat all of those wrestlers in Mathura. They are nothing compared to me. They should have done something that was more auspicious for them. Now seeing this, it's a foregone conclusion. I've already won." All of his sakhas were laughing and pounding them. "Yeah, Krishna, you're great, yeah." Krishna started slapping his legs and his arms like a wrestler. At that time, Srimati Lalita Sakhi was decorating Sri Radhika like a wrestler, tucking her skirt in different ways and making her also look like she was ready to go. But she took her veil and covered her head completely. Then she brought Srimati Radhika to a place where there were so many fragrant flowers. At that time, the breeze came from Srimati Radhika's body. A breeze came by and blew past just her cloth. At that time, Krishna was boasting, but then that air carried Srimati Radhika's scent to him. And smelling her scent, Krishna became a little bit dizzy. He was thinking, "Oh, what is that?" But he tried to shake it off. "No, I'm ready to do this. Let's go. I'm a strong wrestler." But when Lalita Sakhi saw that he was affected, she started to bring Srimati Radhika out. And Krishna saw and he began to look and look. He said, "Sakha, what is that? Madhumangal said, it's just a girl. Krishna, it's a girl. Krishna looked and said, no, it can't be. It looks like a thunderbolt, but it can't be because it's not going away. What is that? I don't understand. He said, it's just a girl. It's nothing but a girl. Krishna said, oh, it's not like any girl I've ever seen. And his knees began to tremble, and his stomach began to turn, and he was feeling very dizzy. Then Krishna said, when Srimati was standing in front of him, he said, wait a minute. Is she going to be my opponent? She's challenging me. Lalita said, yes, we are challenging you right now. She will be your opponent. Krishna said, wait, I can't do such a thing. I can't wrestle someone that I've never seen. First, show me her face. At that time, Lalita Devi smiled, and very swiftly she lifted up the veil of Srimati Radhika, who at that time turned her head but looked at Nandanandana. Gurudev said, her eyebrows are like the bows, and her eye glances are like sharp arrows, perpetually shooting at Nandananda and Sri Krishna. At that time, when she began to shoot Krishna with her eye glances, Krishna immediately fell in the dust of Vrindavan, completely defeated. All of the gopis and manjaris began to say, Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, 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 Jai 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 Shri 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 Seeing all of these wonderful characteristics in Srimati Radhika, Krishna began to think, I am the source of all ananda, all bliss and ecstasy. It exists for my pleasure. But when I look and I see who is giving me pleasure, it is only Srimati Radhika. My flute is famous for calling all of my cows, all of my sakhas, and even my gopis. When I play my flute, even Jamuna, who is going on her course, will stop and turn toward me. Mountains will begin to melt when they hear my flute song. But I see that when I'm playing my flute, trying to attract her, she hears it and she walks the opposite direction. And I run after her, dropping my precious flute. My name is more cooling than millions and millions of moons. If anyone is in any distress, if they are suffering, and they call my name, I will cool and soothe their burning hearts. But I see that when I am burning, it is only her touch that can cool me. But this person, who I am so mad for, I am so crazy for, it seems she is even more crazy for me. When she hears the wind blow through a bamboo forest, she thinks it's my flute calling her. When she sees a very tall, dark tamal tree, she begins to chastise it, thinking it's me. And when the night comes and darkness descends, she thinks it's me and tries to embrace the darkness. What is it in me that makes her so mad? Srila Gaura Govinda Maharaj said, Krishna began to contemplate and he couldn't understand. He didn't have the capacity to understand this kind of love. What is she tasting and experiencing? She is tasting what it is like to serve Krishna, and he has no idea of this. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, she is tasting 10,000 times more pleasure than Krishna. And Krishna's thinking, but I'm the supreme taster. How is this fair? I want this. I want to know what it is like to love me the way she loves me. And then he became mad. Srila Gaura Govinda Maharaj said, why does someone become mad? He said, if they become obsessed on something and they're continuously thinking of it, they become mad. If they want something, but it's out of their grasp and they can't have it, they will focus on it continuously and become crazy. Krishna had this kind of mood in his heart. He became obsessed with this mood. I want to know what it is like to love me the way she loves me. Srila Gaura Govinda Maharaj, Krishna sat down and he began to meditate on Srimati Radhika. His heart was like a huge ocean of milk, and poured in that ocean of milk was the sweetness of Srimati Radhika. And as he was cooking it down, this boiling moved in his heart. I want to love myself the way she loves me. He said that milk began to condense and condense. He said like burfi. If you've ever made burfi, as it condenses, it goes thicker and thicker, and it starts to make a sound. Tap, 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 tap. He said, as Krishna was meditating and praying for this mood, tap, 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 the Kanchana Gaurangi, Radhe Vrindavaneshwari, Vrishabhanu Sudevi, Pranamami Hari Priya. Meditating on Gaurangi, he became Gauranga. He wanted to know three things particularly. What is it like to love me? What is the greatness of her love?
What is the greatness of her love? Shri Radhaya Pranay Mahima Kidrishavaneva Ashwadyo Yena Adbhuta Madhurima Kidrishavamadiya. What is the wonderful thing in me that she experiences when I love her? What is she experiencing and tasting? And Sokyam Chasya Mad Anubhavata Kidrisham Vetilovat. And upon loving me, what kind of happiness does she experience? I also want to know this. So Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita said, Krishna becoming so obsessed with these three qualities of Srimati Radhika, what she is experiencing upon loving him, he manifested like the full moon rising from the full ocean. So our Param Gurudev Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, he writes a very, very beautiful poem, Shri Radha Vinobihari Tatvashtakam. Today we have with us Srila Gurudev called Shri Radha Vinobihari and Sachinandan Gaura Hari to be with us. Radha Vinobihari Tatvashtakam. In the very first verse there it says, Radha Chintani Deshena Yasya Kantir Vilokita Shri Krishna Charanam Vande Radha Alikita Vigraham. He's offering his pranam to Krishna, Shri Krishna Charanam Vande, who's actually offering his pranam to Srimati Radhika. Being so obsessed and absorbed in Srimati Radhika, Krishna himself was contemplating, and it is said that she completely embraced him, every part of him, every inch of him, with her own arms. Radha Alingita means to be embraced by Srimati Radhika. And with that deep absorption, because every thought in Vrindavan is Chintamani, it manifests to reality. So deeply obsessed in meditating on Srimati Radhika, she completely covered and embraced him, and he became golden like her. Yasya Kanti Vilokita. So that Krishna, who is completely mad for, obsessed with, and running after Srimati Radhika, that is the Krishna that the Gaudiya Vaishnavas worship. That Krishna who is chasing after Srimati Radhika.
So we don't have very much time, and we didn't actually sing Mahamantra very much, which is the primary way in which we worship Srimati Radhika and Krishna. But before we do that, an arti, because time is already over, Srila Gurudev, whenever he would bring us to any holy place, whenever especially he would bring us to Radhakun and Shamakun, he would have us chant a particular prayer. No matter what, he said, if Krishna himself were to stand in front of you, I am giving you the prayer that will protect you from Krishna and from even ourselves, our own desires, material things. Oh Krishna, I wish to enjoy you. He said, you chant this prayer. Anytime Lalita Sakhi is going and asking, what do you want? Can I take your name? I only want one thing. So we will chant that prayer in a mantra form, and then we will do Harinam.
Sri Gurudev said that on this day, the day of the appearance of Srimati Radhika, imagine how obsessed Krishna is with her. Today is the happiest day of his existence. Appearance of Srimati Radhika. On this day, his mood is such that he wants to give in charity to everyone. So not only is Lalita Sakhi walking around to everyone with a register, but Krishna himself is going and begging. Does anyone want the service of Srimati Radhika? Put your name in my register. He wants to give and wants to give. Srila Gurudev explained this. So on this day, Krishna is running around giving this opportunity also, that somehow or other, I might be able to also engage you in her service.
Also, it is Vishaka Sakhi's appearance day too. She was born at the same time as Srimati Radhika, and therefore she is called Anuradha. In the same vein, she has this mood, what can I give? In Vedic culture, they give on their birthdays. In our culture, we get. So today is the day when they are all going out and asking, what can I give? I have some charity. What do you want? Gurudev says, don't ask for any lesser thing than this. Page 278.
First line?
Kripayati Yadivana.
And it's called Sri Radha Prarthana. So it's
If Sri Radha is merciful to me, then unlimited obstacles to my devotion will be removed. There will be nothing superior for me to attain, because I will have received the excellence offered by the paths of both Vaidhi and Rag. And if she speaks something while smiling gently, thereby revealing the brilliance of the rows of her beautiful pearl-like teeth, what significance will the oyster of liberation have? O Shama Sundar, O you whose head is adorned with peacock feathers, whose face is graced with a laughing smile, whose Murali flute enchants the mind, and who are the most expert in relishing ras with Srimati Radhika. O ocean of mercy, please make me a kinkari, a maidservant, at the feet of your beloved. You are the lord of the life of the daughter of Rishabhanu Maharaj, and you are like a bee, always eager to taste the nectar of her lotus face. O Rasik Shekhar, foremost of those who are situated at the feet of Srimati Radhika, I worship you. O son of the king of Raj, O all-pervading one, O Mohan, who enchants the minds of all, taking a piece of straw in my teeth, I pray that your supremely beloved Sri Radha be my dear, worshipable goddess, birth after birth.
So Gurudev would take us to Shyamakund. And there at Shyamakund, every year on Parikrama, he would have us chant this prayer to Krishna.
And Radhakund.
And also Radhakund. But this specific prayer, he said, if Krishna ever stands in front of you and asks you anything, what do you want? What can I give you? This should be the prayer. Shyama Sundar Shikam Vishekam.
So we'll do it quite slow and in a mantra form. Bhagavata Furthermore, the mercy of our Gurudev, we sing the Australian tune and then have our tune. Before we sing the Australian tune and then do Aarti and Prashad, I just want to acknowledge that there are so many very senior Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis in this room, and we didn't give a chance to sing. We didn't ask you if you wanted to speak, and we were asked to do the program, but I just wanted to say that we acknowledge you and please give your mercy to us, that we can please our Gurudev and our Guru Varg the way you have done your whole lives to your Gurudevs. And thank you for sitting there and allowing us to purify ourselves and to be able to try to remember the moods and teachings of our Gurudev and Guru Varg.
Also on this day, Shri Gurudev required, but we just don't have the time, that we should sing Radha Kripa Kataksha Stavaraja and Namami Nanda Nandanam. If you want to please Krishna, you sing that Radha Kripa Kataksha Stavaraja. That it is actually performed. And if you want to please Srimati Radhika, then you sing Namami Nanda Nandanam.
And if you want to please them both, you sing Sakhe Kahalaya Goramudaram.
So there's just not enough time. Even to sing Radhe Jai Jai Madhava Dayate, we just don't have the time. But Hare Krishna Maha Mantra includes all of it.
We're going to have to do Janmashtami with you guys. You're so eager to hear more. This is so good.
Hare is Srimati Radhika and Krishna is Krishna. Hare is Srimati Radhika, Ram is Radha Raman. Radha Raman iti Ram. So when one is chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, it is Radhika and Krishna's love and separation in one form. Also not different from Prem Purushottam Sri Sachinandan